Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to like, share, and subscribe after watching Brevin's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 review. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Yours truly, Brevin Thompson, is back, this time to talk about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, which was written and directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who's been in the director's chair for the franchise ever since Rogue Nation. So in this film, Ethan Hunt and his IMF team seek to destroy an AI known as the Entity, which has become sentient and has gone rogue. While they seek to destroy it, every government, including their own, want to gain access to the entity and gain control of it for themselves. So they must outrun their government and also confront Gabriel, a terrorist who has a personal history with Ethan. I've been a fan of the Mission Impossible franchise since I was a kid, and I love pretty much every entry in the franchise, except for maybe 2, which is definitely the weakest one. A lot of us love the action sequences and the incredible stunt work that Tom Cruise pulls off in these films. In particular, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai and Ghost Protocol, a lot of us love the shit out of that. And yet again, Tom Cruise is doing a lot of insane shit in this one, and boy was I entertained. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen this in a large majority of the film's advertising with Tom Cruise doing this this insane stunt with a motorcycle. Just that was just incredible and beautifully shot and very well edited. And I think this is one of the better looking action movies that I've seen so far this year. There's also this fantastic car chase throughout Rome where you have Tom Cruise and Hayley Atwell handcuffed to each other and they're trying to work their way around this situation. There's a lot of tension and there's a bit of comedy thrown into this scene, and I thought that was very well executed. The cast is pretty much spot on, with Tom Cruise still nailing it as Ethan Hunt. And of course you have Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg back as Luther and Benji, and Rebecca Ferguson, badass as she always is as Elsa Faust. But I would say that Hayley Atwell as Grace pretty much stole the movie for me. I think that she's a really good character. I can't wait to see more of her in Part 2. And her chemistry with Tom Cruise is just amazing. And while I'm a bit of an action movie junkie, I do care about like a good story, the performances from the cast, and for the most part, I am satisfied with what they've come up with. The plot of these films have always been simple, really, where you have the bad guy who has something that's gonna wipe out a large chunk of the population, or is gonna do, like, terrible things with whatever they got their hands on. It's up for Tom Cruise and his team to stop them. But having a rogue AI as a plot device for this film, I thought was a smart move. If I were to have a problem with the film, it would mostly revolve around its villain, Gabriel, who's played by Asad Morales. I mean, he's a good actor, but his motivations for wanting the entity and him becoming its chosen one, so to speak, the only interesting thing about him is his history with Ethan, and I don't know where else they're gonna go with that. I mean, we would honestly have to wait until Part 2, but I would want to know more about this character. But because of this film being a 2-parter, I mean, it leaves me and a lot of other people wanting to know more. So that's like my only minor issue. The Mission Impossible films had not really been known for having good villains. Aside from maybe Mission Impossible 3, where you had Philip Seymour Hoffman, may he rest in peace. And of course, you had Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible Fallout, and he was badass. Otherwise, I have no other issues with the film. I think this is nearly perfect. I love where they take the story, even though this is a 2-parter. I love the majority of the action. I love the cast. I love how beautifully shot and edited it is. I really cannot wait for part 2. So yeah, I would say definitely give this a watch. I'm going to give Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 an A. So what did you think of the film? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Looking forward to doing more videos really soon. And if you want my thoughts on old or new films, of course, you know where to find me.